Hello students, this is the continuation of the chapter number 7, Environmental Changes. Now open page number 42, Methane CH4. The massive increase in methane proportion from 315 ppm in the year 1750 to 1764 ppm in the year 2005 was due to the reason listed below. So the methane has increased from 315 ppm and in the year 1750 to 1764, but in the year 2005 it increased because of the following reasons given below. The first is exhaling of animals and metabolism process. Exhaling of animals, animals जो सांस बाहर छोड़ते हैं, and metabolism process, that is organic process, जीवन प्रक्रिया. Paddy cultivation and decomposition of the biodegradable waste, that is biodegradable waste is substance which are capable to decompose. Then in things to know, two important things you have to know, that a man breathes 22,000 times every day. So every day man जो सांस लेता है, breathe करता है, वो 22,000 times. And like this, a man consumes 60 kg of oxygen from the environment per day. Now nitrous oxide, the proportion of nitrous oxide has increased from 270 ppm to recent 319 ppm. So from 270 it has increased to 319. Chlorofluorocarbon CFC, due to the use of foam, plastic, refrigerator, AC, circuit, aerosol spray. Aerosol spray is the minute particles which have a small size ranging from 1 micron to 10 micron, etc. There has been an increase in the CFC. Because of the use of the above things, the chlorofluorocarbon has increased. Then what are the effects of global warming? Changes are observed in the growth and development of the vegetation. The vegetation which grows, there is change in this growth and development. Certain species of birds, species यानी प्रजाति of birds are now disappearing, लुप्त हो रहे हैं. And which are those birds? Sparrow and vulture. 2000 glaciers of Himalayas have receded, melted. Glacier यानी river of ice has been melted, पिघल गई, and receded यानी पीछे हो गई. Now page number 43. There has been an increase in natural calamities like famine, cyclone, excessive rain and floods in the last 10 years. So because of global warming, natural calamities have increased. कुदरती आफत like famine, that is दुकाळ, cyclone, excessive rain and flood. The places receiving heavy rainfall are now experiencing less rainfall. Wherever the rainfall was very heavy, जहाँ पे ज़्यादा बारिश होती थी, now they are experiencing less rainfall. Rajasthan and Dubai experience heavy rain and there is scanty of rain in Cherrapunji. And the example is given that Rajasthan and Dubai, which are a desert region, they experience heavy rain, while Cherrapunji, which receives the highest rainfall, there the rain is scanty, कम है. The production of pulses has gone down. So in agriculture also, pulses production has gone down, कम हो गया. The level of groundwater has decreased. Groundwater का जो level है वो भी कम हो गया. The melting of glaciers has increased the water level in oceans. The glaciers are melting, पिघल रहे हैं, and due to this, the water level in the oceans, it has increased. This has aggravated the erosion of coastline, and because of this, the coastline has been aggravated, ruined, खराब हो गए हैं. The erosion of coastline, because the glaciers are melting, the water level in the ocean is increasing, and due to this there is erosion of coastline. Human beings will fall victims to dehydration and malnutrition due to the increase in temperature. Then जो लोग हैं, human beings, the people, वो लोग शिकार बन रहे हैं. डिहाइड्रेशन, पानी की कमी, एंड मेल न्यूट्रिशन, जो खाना है वो न्यूट्रिशियस नहीं है. नो बैलेंस डाइट ड्यू टू इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर, गर्मी बढ़ने के कारण. There will be change in the cycle of season. The season also changes. The cycle of season also changes. The characteristic of summer and winter season will change. So in summer we are feeling hot and in winter we are feeling warm. That will also change. The salinity of the soil in Gujarat will increase due to the increase of 25 centimeter in sea level. Salinity means khara pani, the water which contains salt. So there is a salinity of soil in Gujarat will increase due to increase of 25 centimeter in sea level. There is a marked decline in the agricultural production. एग्रीकल्चर में जो प्रोडक्शन होता था वो गिर गया, डिक्लाइन, गिरावट आ गई. द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ डिजीज लाइक कॉलेरा, डेंगू, मलेरिया, येलो फीवर, swine flu, etc. has increased. And because of global warming, the frequency, बार बार ये disease हो रहे हैं, frequency of disease, these disease are occurring frequently, बार बार हो रहे हैं. The areas near the coast of Maldives, Bangladesh, Philippines, West Indies and Australia have submerged. And all the areas near the coast, दरिया के किनारे पे, coast पे, they have submerged, they have gone under water. Submerge means that go something under water. According to an institution named Greenpeace, approximately 55 lakh people living in Gujarat will have to migrate in the year 2100 CE. Then an institution has made a research that 55 lakh people who are living in Gujarat, they will have to migrate, they will move to another place, migrate in the year 2100 CE. The flowers are losing their fragrance due to global warming. And the flowers, उसमें से जो fragrance, जो सुगंध आती है, smell है, it is losing the fragrance. Beehives are disappearing fast. Beehives, मधुमक्खी, मधुमक्खी का जो है वो भी disappearing, वो भी लुप्त हो रहे हैं. Now turn your page number 44. Now on page number 44, the pictures are given of non-conventional sources of energy which you have to use so that it may not pollute the atmosphere. Now on page number 45, which measures are to be taken to prevent the global warming? So first is reduce the use of sources that release carbon dioxide. CO2 means carbon dioxide. So we should not use those sources where more carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere. Afforestation and conservation of forest should be done. Afforestation, planting new trees, and conservation of forest, जो जंगल है उसको बचाने का, उसको सेव करने का, should be done. Growing trees help to reduce carbon dioxide. By growing more and more trees, the proportion of carbon dioxide gas will reduce in the atmosphere as the trees absorb the carbon dioxide. Avoid the use of plastics. Plastics items should not be used. Optimum use of manure and pesticides. Manure એટલે ખાતર and pesticides. Pesticides means દવા, chemicals used to kill insects. Adopt organic farming. Organic farming means green manure and cattle manure. गोबर और ऐसा यूज़ करने का एग्रीकल्चर में. Adopt organic farming. Add biotics in the food of animals. Animals के खाना है उसमें biotics add करने का. Optimum use of household appliances. The appliances which we use, all electrical appliances that are used in the house should be made use optimally. Proper use of means of transport. Means of transport should be also used properly so that the poisonous gas is not released from them. Check the growth of human population. There should be control on the population. Design the building with sufficient ventilation to save electricity. And in the houses which you construct, there should be more doors and windows so that electricity can be saved and natural light can enter the house. Increase the use of eco-friendly papers. Eco-friendly paper should be used so less trees are cut to make paper. Grow plant and trees around your house. Make optimum use of natural resources. Natural resources should be used. Use petroleum products judiciously. Petroleum products like petrol, diesel, kerosene should be used judiciously. It should be used wisely. Use water carefully. We should not waste water. Practice rainwater harvesting. During the rainy season, the rain falls heavily. At that time, most of the water just flows away without any use. So such type of water should be harvested, and so that the ground level water is maintained. Increase the use of CNG and non-conventional sources of energy. Then instead of using petrol and diesel, CNG should be used and non-conventional sources of energy should be used, and those non-conventional sources of energy, the pictures are given on page number 44. Now turn your page number 46. Global policy to protect environment. On realizing that human activities are the root cause of destruction of the environment, the country of the world gathered at Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. Now, when it was found out that what was the cause of the destruction of environment, how the environment is polluted, and it was found that it was because of the human activities. So, the countries of the world, they gathered at Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, in 1972. And why they had gathered there? To think of ways to protect the environment. They have gathered there to find out the way that how they can protect the environment. Another convention was held at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and another meeting was held at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil for the same purpose. In the meeting held at Copenhagen, capital city of Denmark, in the year 2009 to discuss global warming, it was observed that the developed nations are not accepting the carbon cut. Carbon cut means the technique to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases, and the developing nations were increasing pressure for the reduction of emission of greenhouse gases. Then in the meeting, they discussed all this, and they found that the developed nation, those countries, those nations which are developed, they are not accepting the carbon cut, means they are not reducing the ग्रीन गैसेज एमिशन मीन्स डिस्चार्ज, जो निकालते हैं बाहर, रिलीज करते हैं, डिस्चार्ज ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज. द टेक्निक दे आर नॉट यूजिंग टू रिड्यूस दिस, एंड द डेवलपिंग नेशंस वर इंक्रीजिंग प्रेशर फॉर द रिडक्शन ऑफ एमिशन ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज. And these nations which are developed, they were putting pressure to the nation to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases. It was decided to give an aid of $100 billion for the development of developing nations. Then also they decided in the meeting to give aid, means help, of $100 billion for development to developing nation. In this meeting, 59 research papers from 45 countries were presented, and through it the leaders of the world were made to think seriously regarding the changing climate. Then what are the steps they took? In the meeting, 59 research papers, they were there, and these papers were made from 45 countries, presented by 45 countries. And through this paper, the leaders of the world, they were made to think regarding the changing climate. उन लोगों को सोचने के लिए बोला कि you find out that what is the reason regarding the changing climate. On an average, a citizen in the world emits 4.5 metric ton carbon dioxide. A citizen, that is one person in the world, it gives 4.5 metric ton carbon dioxide. Indian citizen emits 1.2 metric ton carbon dioxide. Other developing nations release far lesser carbon dioxide gas. So in India, it is more, while in other developing nations, they are releasing less carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. Large amount of concession should be given for development, and more restrictions should be imposed on the countries like USA, as an average American emits 20.6 metric ton carbon dioxide. Then what decision, or what they came to the solution, that large amount of concession should be given. Concession means छूट देनी चाहिए for the development, and more restriction, rules should be made, more restriction should be imposed, लगाना चाहिए restriction on the countries like USA, because an average American emits 20.6 metric ton carbon dioxide. So students, here your chapter number 7 is complete. For homework, you have to write answers in your workbook.